Hello everybody, a very happy new year to you. Welcome to another video. In this one we're just going to show you a little bit about what goes into setting up my altar for the year. This one is designed for the winter months and it's the 2022 altar. So every witch's altar is different. The base of mine actually came from my great-grandmother, so it's very personal to me, and I use the cloth just to keep the paint nice because it's a nice antique. Next on goes the incense burners. Incense is an integral part of a witch's daily practice. For myself, it's part of not just smelling nice but purifying the air, and it can be used in a variety of spell work. All the different smells mean something special. The next items that I put on are candles. Candles, of course, signifying fire and light. The first one is a white candle, white for purity and white for peace. The second candle that goes on is purple. So purple is the spiritual colour for the seeing eye, of course. But mine actually comes from my grandmother. It was one of the last things that I got from her, so has a special meaning for me. Beautiful purple wraparound, so that can be then added to an altar candle once the purple candle is burnt. And next on is just a nice view of it, and we've got the two candle holders at the front. So these again contain white tea lights for fire, and were given to me at Christmas. The crystal of them, it just makes a really lovely shape when they're lit as well. Really pretty, and crystal is a nice clear water element with it being like floaty again, so it's nice to have on. So we've got the fire and water. Coming on next are these two signs, again found at a car boot sale, but they're made from wood, so the wood is the earth element, and they just add a nice little ambience to the corner really. They're wood burnt, handmade, and they are really lovely. Next goes on the centrepiece. So my centrepiece is a rose quartz ball, like a crystal ball. Rose quartz to me is important. It's one of the stones associated with my star sign, but it's also the stone of love, so it comes from the heart, and of course at the heart of the altar. It's good for any spells meant with love. There's not enough love in this world, so I do like to try and use it. Either side of them there are two bowls. The first one is what we call a singing bowl. So it rings out a nice clear note that can be used in the ghost hunting side of things to enhance spiritual activity, but it also issues a healing tone. And next to that is a pure clear quartz bowl and wand. Magic wands aren't all Harry Potter, wave it and sparks shoot out of the end of it. They're actually used to direct the intention of the spell that you're doing. And clear quartz is a lovely versatile crystal with a variety of meanings. So I use this bowl to put either little gemstones in to enhance their power, or herbs, or even water for scrying. It can be used for anything. It's such a nice little crystal. It comes all the way from Cornwall. At the back of the altar we have two pieces of pot that I made when I was very young. They are a fish and a ship. So they represent water, but they also remind me of my roots and where I came from. They're a nice reminder of home, of my childhood, and with every witch being so individual, it's a nice little individual touch, and I do like to have them out and to be able to see them. Just a reminder of happy times. So it's starting to take shape now. They don't have to be symmetrical. I kind of like mine to be because I like the way the light falls when it's lit. There's a lot of bits and pieces that go onto an altar. There we are, all the bits scattered around my feet, do excuse me, I've in my scruffies there, but we're setting it all up from obviously taking down the Christmas one. Sometimes an item doesn't quite feel right when it goes on. So the next thing that's gone on here is my green man. In pagan belief, the green man is the god of the forest. For me, he's a symbol of nature, of the power of nature and the gentleness of it. So he sits centre at the back, again with a candle in to add the light to him. But he is a nice symbol of the earth, really. So we've got fire, we've got water, and we've got earth. 2 marble eggs. So marble eggs actually come from Derbyshire. They're a symbol of woman, fertility, and the power of birth, the power of being a woman. I really like them. They feel really nice to hold as well. A bit of an overview of it. So it's quite a nice little corner. Of course, with having the mirror there, it helps amplify any spell work you're doing. And it's near an open window as well, so you've got the entry and exit for all sorts of bits there. Coming up next, we've got my bear. So for me, my bear is my spiritual animal. Jason actually bought this one for me. It lights up. It's a beautiful little piece. Carrying on. And here we have a second bear. So this bear was sat on my mum's dressing table for years until she decided we want rid of it. Naturally it came to me. I'm a bit of a hand-me-down merchant. Starting to take shape now, nice, clean and white and fresh for the new year. Trying to remember what we put on next. In terms of the air element, a lot of these items, the wind in the sails of the ship can represent the air. The colour white, and of course the clear crystal can be the air element as well. Coming on next, we have quite a special little object. So this is called the Three Sisters Scrying Bowl. The idea is that you fill it with water and then you look into it to see the spirits of the past. So the three sisters, of course, are Mother, Maiden and Crone. For me, I use it more to keep spell things in. So this is white sage, used in house clearances. That goes in there. A lot of my herbs and things tend to sit in there. White sage is often used quite willy-nilly. People wave it around, but without the right intent it does absolutely nothing and it just smells really bad. This is one you might recognise, one of my scrying crystals. They also live in there because it helps keep their power, and you just put the whole bowl out on a new moon or a full moon and it charges it all up. This little dragon is a little protection dragon, so he also sits in that bowl to keep the crystals nice and safe. He's a bonny little thing, he hooks onto the edge of it. There's quite a lot of dragons. Jason and I have a lot of dragon symbology around the house. Dragons are such a powerful creature, again representing all the elements, with them being fire and air and earth. There we have the little bowl all complete with everything bagged up in it. You might notice there is a little crucifix in there. That's a nod, I'll talk about it a bit later, to my upbringing and part of my practice and my religion. The next picture coming up is a little book. So I have a lot of spell books. If I was to put them all on the altar, there would be absolutely no room for anything else. So this one is perfect. It's just a little everyday miniature book. It's not really used for the spells in it, but to represent what I am and what the altar's all about. Look, happiness and success is that one, but it represents the witch's kind of spell book. And then coming up next, we have a little jade angel. So jade is a crystal that is designed for women. It is a woman's power, and this little one is designed to watch over. It's like a guardian. So it sits right at the front, in front of my rose quartz. And the two little guinea pigs, they are a little pot. They again remind me of my childhood. I've always had guinea pigs. I have a real soft spot in my heart for them. So they tend to sit on there as well. And they make me happy. This is about making me happy. This is a clear quartz wand. I have two wand shapes that go on to the altar. One of them is a piece of wood I picked up from one of the very first walks when I met Jason, and it sits crossed at the back with the clear quartz wand. Again, the quartz is used for directing intention, and they say that things come to you for a reason. That stick just seemed to fall out of nowhere, so I picked it up. Next up, little box. These are miniature versions of gemstones and crystals. They are great for putting in little protection and spell bags, so you're not having to splash out and buy another big gemstone, and they just sit at the back next to my green man. An altar is a working area, so it should be easy enough to clear an area to actually create your spells and to do your craft and your work. We have this little pot. This is a reminder of loves, both past and present, and it's a nice clean white candle again. Everything we do should be done with happiness and joy and love. We don't do anything to do harm to anyone. This is a little spell kit I got for Christmas. It's got some lovely little herbs and candles and things in, and it actually contains a spell for good luck. And this is a little bowl. This was Jason's dad, so we were looking for something to put them in, and it's a nice reminder of his ancestry as well. So we are going to use this to put some of these little herbs and things in. So the first thing going in are actually Mojo wishing beans. They're part of the hoodoo voodoo practice. And the idea is that you either put one in your purse to bring you luck, put one in your pocket to bring you health. They all have an idea when you use the stone and carry it until it disintegrates. Oils, essential oils, again, such a big part of a witch's practice. If I put all mine out, it'd be full. So this is just one for good luck, and it's a nice one to have out, and they smell absolutely beautiful. And some little tiny incense cones. So incense comes in stick form and in cone form, and each of these can be burnt according to what the need is, whatever spell it is that you're doing. Yellow candle for luck, for brightness, for spring. So obviously, of course, we look forward to the spring in the winter. So it's a reminder that spring is coming. And this is a tiny little Tourmaline Gem. This came with the little spell kit. It's a lovely little stone, again used a lot for good luck spells. I actually put it into the crystal quartz bowl to help bless the whole altar. The whole spell kit there, that will be used at some point for protection. It probably come with us on investigations in case the need arises, just to shut everything down or to protect us if we come across anything particularly nasty or that we don't want. And here we have some pictures of the finished altar. So every single altar is unique. Mine will change throughout the year. I will try and do little updates of it. Just Ziggy climbing up on my shoulder just to see what's going on. Every witch has a familiar. I seem to think that he's rather become mine. He was checking everything out. He likes to be up high to see what's going on, and he's very curious about, obviously we can smell the herbs and the spices and the incense, so to him it must be overwhelming. But he does like to see, he is checking out what's going on. He's actually deciding if a lamp, some things that I had on last year don't go back on. They don't feel right. You can tell when you hold something in your hand, you can almost feel a buzz with it if it needs to go on or if not. And here's the little part above it. So you'll see there's a poem on the wall. It's called Footsteps in the Sand. This is a reminder of, I was brought up as a Christian. Christianity is part of my practice. I believe in a God. I just don't believe he's a single parent. I think there's more to it. I believe in the earth and I believe in the cycles of nature. But it's a reminder as well that you're never alone. No matter what you do and where you go, you're never quite on your own. And then the final touch, of course, is to light everything, to bless it and to let it settle. And the relief that you feel when it's lit and it's done, it's like a peace that falls over you. And we use ours as well because of all the ghost hunting we do. It's a good little protection for the home. It helps protect the home against us bringing anything back, even though we don't have that intention, obviously. And we always try and light it every day because it brings you luck in what you do. You can do your little daily spell for today. I need health for both of us at the moment. It's to try and improve our health. I just hope this has given you a little bit of an eye-opening into part of my daily practice. If anyone's any questions, please drop them below. I do try and read and answer all comments. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next adventure. Take care out there.